course too.
I bet for 30%.
That's probably, I think that's fair. I'd say it wouldn't be less than 30. I think it probably, some places, higher concentration. Yeah. Boys were the ones fine. I guess.
Is it on? That's Sarah to my
All right, I think we're ready to move on to the next, meeting.
Father, we come again now, thanking you for life, health, and strength. We come thanking you right now for our retiree celebration of 35 years. We just bless your name for her and her family. Father, not only that, we pray for this county, this country. We pray right now for everyone who is on our way. I'll ask you to help us again as we go from one good degree to another. We thank you for what you're going to do. And we thank you for what you've done thus far. This we ask and bless you now. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone to this meeting Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. We have a conference line set up. The number there is 1-917-900-1022. Access code is 32347#. This is not a toll-free number, and you may be subject to long-distance charges according to your long-distance plan. When the chairperson opens the meeting for public comment, please follow the below instructions. If you wish to speak, please dial *5. The moderator will unmute your line when it's your turn to speak and notify you by announcing the last 4 digits of your telephone number. Please announce your name and address, and you will be allowed to speak for 3 minutes. Any person wishing to address the board regarding an agenda item will be given 3 minutes for comment. A commenter may only speak one time for each agenda item. And for this agenda, we did have an add-on. Did everyone get a chance to look at the add-on?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve our agenda?
I move.
Second. Motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. First order, awards and recognitions. Number 4, the board to consider approval of resolution recognizing Ms. Catherine Munningham for her 35 years of service as attended by Lawanda Pemberton, our county administrator.
Well, this not just only comes from myself, but from Hank and Brenda, the entire staff. We just wanted to, number one, congratulate Ms. Catherine on her retirement. You look like you're enjoying it. And to publicly recognize her many years of service and the outstanding job that she did for us. You were already greatly missed.
Very good. Thank you. Do we have any comments from the board?
I think it's only befitting that you recognize someone government 35 years. It's almost unheard of nowadays. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
That is a big accomplishment, for sure.
It takes a lot of dedication to stay on one job for 35 years. You know, it sure
So you
does.
saw-
I appreciate it.
We saw a lot of changes over the years.
For these young ladies, these two are my daughters, my grandkids, my son. They're the reason why I stayed. To raise them and make sure that I could give them a better life than I had coming up. And Mr. Richard Sheffield, after coming, I only had, my first license was chauffeur license, because I was driving since I could hold a wheel. And he asked me why should he give me the job? I guess looking at me, didn't have much on the butt license. I said, because I like to be able to raise my kids, but I'm doing my LCC and take care of them. So I guess that's why he hired me.
Very good. We appreciate your service.
Yeah, I want to thank you for your many, many years of service, and I want to thank you that you're a good woman to work 35 years for your family, and it shows. Thank you.
It's entirely.
The entire, yes, please.
We have a resolution, we have a motion, Commissioner Newman to read the resolution. Do we have a second? Second, Mr. Reader, all in favor? All right.
With pleasure. Whereas the Board of County Commissioners have been advised that Catherine Cunningham retired from the position of heavy equipment operator dump truck driver on April 27, 2023. And whereas Ms. Cunningham began her employment on May 5, 1988 as a road maintenance technician, she was promoted to heavy equipment operator dump truck driver in 1991. Whereas Ms. Cunningham has provided valuable services to the people of Taylor County, to the Board of County Commissioners, and the Taylor County Public Works Road Department. Whereas the board wishes to publicly thank Ms. Cunningham for her 35 years of dedicated service to our county and the citizens of Taylor County. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Taylor County, Florida extends its heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to Catherine Cunningham for her service to the people of Taylor County and to the Board of County Commissioners. Be it resolved that a copy of this resolution be furnished to Ms. Cunningham and that a copy be placed in the minutes of the board. Done and ordered in regular session at Perry, Taylor County, Florida, this 12th day of September 2023. Congratulations.
Motion to adopt the resolution.
Second. A motion and a second to adopt the resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Can we get a picture with the board and with Hank and whoever else you would like in the picture? Come on up, Ms. Catherine.
What?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Sure.
I'll take one child first, then we get it.
Mom, please. Mom, please.
You want to push the mic down on that, because she's coming up.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay.
Did you get it?
Did you get one?
I did, yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, man, did you get 50?
Nah, I'm gonna get one.
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. 24 and 23.
All right. Y'all smile.
Thank y'all.
And Jamie, classmate, how you been?
Thank you, taking care of my mama, she did a good job, and I got a pat on the back. I don't think I can do 35 on my job. I got to slide out about 25. Thank you. You got my phone?
All right, we'll jump down to our consent items. Anyone have a chance to look over your consent items? We have a motion to approve our consent.
I move.
Motion. Got a second. All in favor? New business, the board to consider approval of the appointment of one member to the Big Bend Water Authority Board of Directors.
So Mr. Stan Ridgway, just recently vacated that post and he is asking to be reappointed. He was the only application that was received.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this appointment. All in favor? County Administrator item, the board to consider waiver of storm-related permitting fees for the month of September 2023. Administrator.
So this is to request from the board that we be able to continue to waive permitting fees for permits needed for electrical and construction repairs related to Hurricane Idalia damage only. So not any permits for new construction. Also the the permits for water testing, we would like to waive this, the health department would like to waive as well.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the waiving of permit fees through September. All in favor? We got 10A. Look at 10A, the board to consider approval of the letter of support for the aerial application of mosquito control pesticide, presented by the county administrator.
So to anyone who has been outside in the last couple of days, our mosquito counts are very high. We went ahead and entered a mission just to try to speed things up into, it's called WebEOC, to ask for financial support and request for the state to conduct the aerial spraying on our behalf. So I will need this letter of support and then they will come back to us as far as any additional information or a plan to move forward.
Motion approved. Second. Motion and a second to approve. All in favor?
And this would be at no cost to the county, by the way. If there is a cost incurred, or I will come back to the board.
Letter of the county administrator to discuss informational items.
So post-hurricane, the right-of-way debris pickup has started series, and the Florida Department of Transportation have entered into a contract, which not only takes the financial burden off Taylor County, but also the program administration. FDOT will determine the scope of work. We'll be meeting with them on Friday for an update, but that effort has started. Our contractor who is the same contractor, has also started on county property cleanup. Forest Capitol Hall was prioritized in order to clean up for the barbecue festival at the end of the month. And then concurrently, they are working at the sports complex since that's so heavily used. We had to close the disc golf area because of all the trees down and hanging limbs. So they're working on both those areas now, and then we'll work through the other county properties. We're also working through damage assessments to county property and the needed repairs. Just to notify the board, the deductibles for the buildings needed for repairs through our insurance policy is about $200,000. That is FEMA reimbursable, but they will handle the entire process on our behalf. It would be overwhelming for our staff to try to oversee that right now. So they will take care of the bid process, any architectural work, any other contractual services from start to finish. We ordered a building for the supervisor of elections to use. Her staff will be in that temporary building through the extent of the repairs to her office, which could be, unfortunately, several months. So, yeah, most of the damage that we've seen so far has been roofing damage, some water intrusion, but not from a surge. It's mainly, that when a lot of trees down. some fencing damage is really scattered throughout the county. So we do have the adjuster here now who is doing a thorough assessment of what the initial damage assessment did not show, which was a major damage. And the $1.4 million will probably climb substantially by the time we're finished. But we do have our grants management team who is helping with the process as far as FEMA reimbursement and keeping up with all the paperwork. We are working on cleanup of the canals. I talked to Conrad about that earlier. Our contractor was somewhat concerned about the permitting process. So in order to get the project moving, and let me back up. Also, the contractor said, FEMA reimbursement should be funding of last resort. So because we feel like there may be some assistance from the state, we have entered a mission through the emergency management portal to work with DEP to see if they can help us as far as the canal cleanup. This is a brand new process for us, so I will keep you informed on that.
Yeah, when do you think you'll know? I've had 3 or 4 people from Cedar Island who call me, asking and.
So hopefully within the next couple of days, we'll move towards that process. I notified the contractor today that we would move forward with working with the state to get that done. Horseshoe Beach has a similar situation, right, Conrad? I know there are requests for cleanup of private canals, and we did ask that specific question. Conrad spoke with the DEP attorney today. So
there's gonna have to be some, he's already worked with Dixie because Dixie didn't have any contracts and, like we had. And he's gonna send me what they did for Dixie County, the resolution and, for lack of a better term, the whole harmless type things for private property and everything. I think he was supposed to give it to me this afternoon. I had to come here to this meeting, so I hadn't looked at that. But hopefully we can look at it tomorrow or the next day. And it'll be rather perfunctory, really, to look at that and see that we're covered. So I'm looking forward to. He's a very nice man, I think. He said that the secretary gave him my name. How the secretary got my name?
I think I know.
I know he did that. But anyway, it's in the works. Yeah, it's in the works. And I want to tell you that Saturday, I was on my way with my grandson to the football game in Tallahassee. And I got a call from your county administrator, and my grandson got to listen to our conversation. I want to tell you that LaWanda has become a tough cookie dealing with these people. The contractor that finally came around with FDOC, and I was very impressed, and I praised her. And I praised her a lot, but I praised her a lot. Because
Yay!
because one other person said she was a rock star. I don't know about that. I don't know what you mean. But she did a really good job. And we talked for about 20 minutes, And then I went to the game and we won. So I was kind of happy because I've been kind of, I know all of y'all are dismayed by the hurricane, but we're used to that, unfortunately, because we did it before. And I saw, and I was telling people, I said, saw in the paper it said Taylor Tough, and y'all are Taylor Tough.
With one tough administrator.
Yeah, did a
I'm
good
proud of you.
job.
It was a bit of a process to work through all of the negotiations with the contractors. because they basically, were not able to move forward on the county portion of and then the city piggybacked on the county contract, so it really was inclusive of Taylor County. And they were very eager to get to work, and DOT had, they have their own terms and conditions, their own standard terms and conditions, and they are not going to waver on that. But at the end of the day, what I thought of was that the initial estimate for this debris cleanup right out of the chute was $5 million, and all I could think of was 12.5% of $5 million. And if FDOT could take that burden off Taylor County, that's a significant impact. And I know we would be reimbursed for, for everything up to that, and we may be reimbursed 100%. But that is not I wasn't willing to take that risk without board direction, and I feel like while it may be inconvenient for folks, for FDOT to assume this from us, I really do think it's the best plan for us.
I do too. So you're gonna meet again on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
So will you try to pin them down if you can, of how many rounds they're gonna make and when is their last day? Because I have lots of people asking me that, they're worried that, they haven't been able to get, some of them, not all of it, and some of them not anything at all out to the road. They're afraid that they're gonna miss out. So I need something to tell these people.
Yes, ma'am. And I fully, and I did talk to FDOT about the fact that we have a lot of seasonal property owners who may not have even gotten down here yet. And then people, I think, their initial concern is getting trees out of their driveways, off their fences, containing their animals, trying to make their home functional. So I don't think we'll even see C&D on the rights of ways for some time. So, but, it does have to be cut off at a certain point. But I don't believe, honestly, it will be anytime soon. I think the initial estimate, just to try to pick everything up, was 120 days. But I also know that, I don't know how long FEMA will reimburse. Now, they'll have to reimburse FDOT at this point. So there will be a hard and fast cutoff.
Just let us know.
I will.
Yeah, I had a couple of, they're on the same road, they called this afternoon, a couple of constituents that, FDOT was making around, pass through their road and told them, because they hadn't had a chance to get their debris out of it right away. They've been helping other folks, and they had some equipment, they've had other folks, but then they saw the folks there. But talked to them, and they told them that that's the only pass they were making, that they would not be back down there making another pass, so.
Now, what road was that on?
Right.
Okay, so now I don't know how many passes FDOT is making on their roads, but as far as the county roads, I think it will be a little different because it's not just vegetative debris.
Right.
But I will ask them, that's first on my list to ask them, how many passes can we expect and how long, will the contractor be able to be here offering this service? And of course, I'm asking that to protect our solid waste fund. Because people, if they can't put it out on the side of the road, they will take it to the roll-off sites. And I did explain that to FDOT.
And another thing too, if they put it out there and it's not picked up, then at the end of the day, it may fall back on us to pick it up, which will be a tremendous cost. So, we need to avoid that.
Yes, ma'am. I'll try to get some answers on Friday.
I did have a couple of calls. Individual was cutting the debris, was putting it in the road.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was on Wood Creek Road. There was a snag about 2 feet out in the road that shouldn't have been.
Right.
And then there was some on House Road. I just wish they wouldn't put it in. I'd rather see them put it in a ditch than somebody run into it.
Well, and if y'all get reports like that, let me know and we can send someone out to push it off the road.
Okay.
Because, of course, we're concerned.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's Sullivan and Wood Creek and House.
We'll take a look at it.
Okay.
One other thing, I know some folks that are on dialysis. And, they're having to drive to Madison.
Yep.
3 times a week for dialysis, and this one couple in particular, this is an extreme hardship on them. Their transportation is minimal and not reliable. They struggle to get gas money to get to Madison 3 times a week. Plus, he can't, when they have it done here, he can leave her and he can go work. But this keeps him from working because he has to stay there with her because he can't drive back to Perry. So here is what I would like for you to do if you could. If you could get with the hospital administrator and see if they could set up some kind of temporary dialysis, there at the hospital. I don't know if that's inside the hospital or if they need to, maybe a trailer or something. We need to be able to get it where these people can have their dialysis here in Perry.
Do we know what happened to the dialysis center that was?
I must have damage. I haven't had time to go by and look at it, but these people told me that it might be months before.
Yeah.
And these people can't do that. So, I was trying to think outside the box. What can we do? And if we can, if you don't mind to work with the hospital and see if they can, at least through this crisis, offer some setup there.
Oh, that would be nice.
And let us know as soon as you know, sir.
Now some people are fortunate enough to catch that big bin. But if you're 89 years old, you don't dialysis, you drive that big bin truck, they don't have springs. The last person I talked to, she said, I won't go Monday. This was Friday. She was in the bed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I had never thought of the portable, machine you could bring, a portable unit you could bring in. But that's the thing we need to do, we can't look out for.
I think the hospital will work with us on that, hopefully.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, comments and concerns from the public for non-agenda items. Any board informational items? Mr. Biggins?
Yes, an honor to be here.
Mr. Dip? Mr. Dillon? No, sir. Mr. Lee?
I'm fine.
All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn, all in favor? Aye.
I need this right now. Because I want to get this off to the state.